Good morning, Jefferson City. This is the NT Daily for Tuesday, June 9th. We're going to start today talking a lot about state education policy because there have been some major changes over the last few weeks that I want to try to outline for you and get you updated on, from changes on the Missouri State Board of Education to the state's funding modernization task force, which might be the most government committee name I've ever had to read. And then sadly, prep sports state champion season is over, but MSHSAA may not be out of hot water completely yet. So, and because we don't have a prep sports update, I think I have something fun to fill the gap, but you'll have to let me know. So let's get started. There's a lot happening right now around Missouri education policy. Just because the legislature's not in session does not mean we are not busy. So let's take this in pieces. First, Governor Mike Kehoe has appointed 2 new members to the Missouri State Board of Education. The new appointees are Jordan Bradbury of Kansas City and Robbie Myers of Poplar Bluff. Both still need to be confirmed by the Missouri Senate when it returns for regular session. Bradbury is a Lincoln University graduate and a Kansas City business leader. Myers is the Emergency Management Director for Butler County in Southeast Missouri and previously worked at Three Rivers College. Those appointments come on the heels of Board President Mary Schrag resigning as the president of the State Board of Education. Schrag had served on the board since 2019. Brooks Miller is now serving as the interim president, and the board is expected to elect a new president at the June 23rd meeting. This matters because the state board helps oversee Missouri's public K-12 education system. It works with DESE, and it plays a major role in the direction of education policy statewide, including will be integral to finding a new DESE commissioner, as Carla Esslinger announced her retirement in May. But board leadership is only one part of the education picture right now. Missouri is also trying to rethink how it funds public schools at the state level with the School Funding Modernization Task Force, and that effort has run into, this will not be news to anyone, but a property assessment problem. The task force is looking at how to update the school foundation funding formula. The current formula still uses property values from 2005. So on the one hand, that has made the formula stable and predictable, but on the other hand, a lot has happened in Missouri over the last 20 years. The task force has until December 1st to make recommendations to Governor Kehoe, and this is all happening under the backdrop of the governor's income tax proposal, the House's property tax reform package that died before it was passed at the end of session, and that conversation is surely not going to stay dead when the General Assembly returns in January with a lot of fresh new faces. So that story is far from over. You can continue to read coverage about all of these issues at newstribune.com. Make sure that you're following our local education reporter, Jack Wardinsky, because he has been attending local Board of Education meetings as they are discussing their budgets and is keeping us up to date on how this is impacting our local schools. A quick thank you to our NT Daily sponsor, Hen House Fresh Foods here in Jefferson City. Their summer savings are heating up this week with prices effective June 10th through the 16th. Hen House has boneless pork loins, which are always a big hit in my house, for $1.99 a pound. Fresh brats and beer brats for $3.99 a pound. Casey's strip steaks for $13.99 a pound. And this is new, bacon wrapped beef filet mignon steaks for $15.99 a pound. For produce, they also have watermelons on special this week, which hasn't happened yet. Blueberries, southern peaches, mini sweet peppers. And if you're anything like what our house needs, my kids always want me to stop by the bakery where there are cinnamon rolls, cookies, and home-style bread. So go see our friends at Hen House at 1904 Southwest Boulevard in Jefferson City. Next up, a new lawsuit in Southeast Missouri is raising continued questions about school athletics oversight. A parent is suing Cape Girardeau Public Schools and the Jackson R2 School District over a student's transfer to Saxony Lutheran High School. The lawsuit alleges that a Jackson High School basketball coach shared private email correspondence with Cape Girardeau Public Schools and MSHSAA as part of an eligibility challenge. The family says the student transferred because of concerns about the learning environment. Cape Girardeau challenged the transfer, arguing it was for athletic reasons. The lawsuit claims the sharing of those emails hurt the student's athletic recruitment. This is an early case. No hearings or trials are scheduled as of last week, but it comes at a time when MSHSAA is already in hot water and under scrutiny. This year, lawmakers passed Senate Bill 863, which would create a new interscholastic athletic oversight commission. That commission would hear certain appeals involving athletic eligibility and statewide activities decisions. The commission would be housed under DESE. Governor Kehoe still needs to sign that bill. It is on his desk, but we will, I don't think the MSHSAA conversation seems like is far from over. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, I'm going to give some updates on what has happened locally with America 250 celebrations, Missouri corn farmers, and what I'm using to supplant our normal prep sports update. So we'll be right back after the break.
We have a severe weather alert to report here. The storm is also bringing the threat of damaging winds and large hail.
Here's the thing. When storms bear down, we step up.
Ready to get?
You bet.
Our teams are always ready to keep your power strong. Ameren.com/poweron.
St. Louis Carpenters Union has shaped our communities. Through trusted alliances, we deliver skilled professional craftspeople while our business partners provide the kind of quality jobs that keep our economy humming. It's a blueprint that has worked since 1882. Turning Missouri into a right-to-work state stalls progress, wipes out jobs, and kills momentum. Right to work is wrong for everyone. Let's keep Missouri moving forward. Visit carpdc.org to learn more.
We are back. Before we get back to the news, let's talk about what's coming up this month at our NT Daily sponsor, South Bank. South Bank has a full June schedule, and if you've wanted to do something creative, this is the month to jump in. Tonight, Tuesday, June 9th, they have an Annie Sloan Chalk Paint 101 from 6 to 9 p.m. It's $85, and you receive a $50 paint voucher. Then Thursday, June 11th, they are hosting an open paint from noon to 5. This is free of charge. And later this month, they have a little light lamp workshop on Tuesday, June 16th, where you can transform your own lamp. And on June 18th and 19th, South Bank is hosting the Joy of Chalk Paint Masterclass with Tristan Merriam. They'll also be volunteering at River City Habitat on Saturday, June 20th, and wrapping up the month with Bridal Chic, a wedding registry event on Saturday, June 27th. So whether you want to paint, learn something new, volunteer, or get inspired for a wedding registry, South Bank has a little bit of everything happening this month. So go see our friends at South Bank and check out their socials for all the updates on these events. Next up, Missouri is continuing preparations for America 250, the national celebration of the country's 250th anniversary in 2026. We have a number of Cole County events that you can check out that are leading up to the 4th of July celebration in downtown Jefferson City. So we're going to provide information online and on our social media to continue to keep you up to date on those events. So continue to check back at newstribune.com and socials for more information about the area events that you can do in Cole County. Now to agriculture. Missouri corn farmers are dealing with high costs and tight margins. Bradley Shadd, CEO of the Missouri Corn Growers Association, told the News Tribune the biggest issue right now is the cost of inputs. He pointed specifically to nitrogen fertilizer and diesel fuel. Missouri corn data shows this will be the 4th straight year of negative return on investment for Missouri corn farmers. Fertilizer prices were high heading into 2026, and nitrogen fertilizer prices have risen at least 30% since the war in Iran began. Diesel prices are also up. Shadd said supply chain issues are a big part of the problem. He also argues there is not enough competition in the fertilizer market. The Federal Trade Commission has been looking into possible anti-competitive practices in the industry. But looking ahead, Shadd said that he pointed to innovation as potentially part of the longer-term answer, including John Deere's ethanol-powered tractor prototypes. The idea is that farmers could someday rely more on a corn-based fuel source instead of diesel. Well, I certainly understand why corn farmers might find that to be popular, but I'm curious what our other agricultural community thinks. And finally this morning, obviously, state championship prep sports is over, but I have something that hits kind of close to home. Missouri Department of Conservation is asking Missourians to help with their annual turkey count. MDC has started its annual wild turkey sighting survey. The survey runs during the summer, and residents are asked to report wild turkey sightings over the next 3 months. MDC uses those reports to calculate what is called the poult to hen ratio. So that means the number of young turkeys seen for each hen. That gives biologists a better idea of how successful the annual hatch was and what turkey numbers may look like in the near future. MDC has conducted the survey for close to 70 years. Results are tallied by county and then used to build a statewide picture. Anyone can submit sightings, but MDC encourages folks to register as official brood survey cooperators. That sounds very government, but kind of fun. So if you're walking out or driving country roads, working on the farm, or looking in your backyard, MDC would like you to let them know. Sounds a lot like citizen science, Missouri style. And that's where we're going to leave it for Tuesday. You can find all these stories and more at newstribune.com or in the app. And you can always reach us at ntdaily@newstribune.com. We will be back on Wednesday. Have a great Tuesday. See you tomorrow.